It seems it's no longer a rumor. TikTok will shut down on January 19th, which is Sunday here in the US. In this video, we're going to cover exactly what has happened, why it's going to shut down, when it's going to shut down, but more importantly, we're going to talk about what creators can do now. Anyone who has an online-based creator-style business, where do you go? What do you do? What are the lessons that we can learn from TikTok shutting down? And what can we do moving forward? All of that is coming up right now. My name's Lane. Thanks for being here. TikTok plans to shut down app in the US Sunday if ban holds, reports say. Here's what to know. This is from USA Today. TikTok is preparing to shut down its popular short video app to hundreds of millions of users in the US if a federal ban goes in effect on Sunday, reports say. Sunday is the deadline for TikTok's Beijing-based parent company ByteDance to sell its U.S. assets or to allow the app to face a nationwide ban unless the Supreme Court moves to block it. But while such a ban would effectively remove TikTok from app stores, it appears TikTok is making other plans now not strictly required under the law. So here's what everybody was thinking. For the longest time, people were thinking, okay, if TikTok is banned, it just means that the app will no longer be in the App Store. So it won't be having regular updates, but for the time being, you can still use it. But what they're saying is it seems TikTok, or ByteDance, the parent company, is sticking to their guns, and they're saying, no, if you ban us, we will remove ourselves entirely from the US market. If the federal ban on the app goes into effect as scheduled, TikTok appears poised to shut down the social media app in the US. Sources familiar with the matter told Reuters the information first reported the news. The revelation comes after the US Supreme Court appeared inclined to uphold a law President Joe Biden signed last spring on national security grounds, even as President-elect Donald Trump and some lawmakers are advocating for an extension on the January 19th deadline. Fun fact, January 19th is my birthday. Here's what to know about the ban and what would happen under TikTok's reported plan. Under TikTok's plan, people attempting to open the app will see a pop-up message directing them to a website with information about the ban. Reuters reported, citing sources who requested anonymity as the matter is not public. The company also plans to give users an option to download all their data so that they can take a record of their personal information, they said. USA Today reached out Wednesday to TikTok regarding details of the reported plan, which is different than would be mandated by law. Under the law, a TikTok ban would essentially make new downloads on app stores like Apple and Google no longer possible, which is, again, this is what everybody expected and why this is really surprising news. While existing users could still access and use the app, they would be unable to update the app, which would likely degrade and stop working over time. But it appears that's not even going to be an option. It's just going to go away completely, entirely. I want to talk about the impact that this has on creators, because what I talk about is online business, and so many people have businesses on TikTok. So we're going to talk about the fallout. We're going to talk about what to do now in terms of alternative apps and just building your business overall. And then I'm going to talk about the number one lesson that I think we need to learn here as online business creators. First of all, I just want to mention, I use TikTok. I'm on it. I've got 4,039 followers, which, if you know anything about TikTok, that is not much. TikTok was unique in the sense that it was easy, at least at first, when it first came out, 2018, 2019, 2020, around the time that the pandemic hit, you could take off like crazy on TikTok. And it was really exciting. And I had a few videos that did well, like this one that got 546,000, 282,000. But if you know anything about TikTok, those numbers are nothing. But my business doesn't rely on a model that requires a large audience. And what I realized when I got into TikTok is that it wasn't really reaching my goals, which is always and entirely lead generation. So the reason why I do content anywhere, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, doesn't matter. My goal is lead generation. I want to get people from the platform to my email list so that I can serve them at an even deeper level, invite them to go to buy my products, to take my coaching, and I can serve them at an even deeper way. The platform is really there in order to serve that need. However, TikTok was not really positioned to do that. TikTok wants to keep people on platform. They all do. YouTube, of course, wants people on platform as well. But what I found is that on TikTok, it's just, if you were not committed to TikTok's way of doing things and uploading regularly, like every day, multiple times a day, consistently, then it's really hard to grow. But then even if you did, there was a way of making money on TikTok that I just didn't really want to do. A lot of it's centered around the TikTok shop. Early on, they released the program where they would pay you, and that didn't really do well. And they released a better program that paid you better. And then they released TikTok Shop, which turned TikTok into basically QVC on your phone. It was nonstop promotion of products. And I was going to do a video about this, about how TikTok sucks now, because it basically turned into nothing but constant infomercials. And that drove me nuts as a user of TikTok, getting onto TikTok, and every third video was buy this cheap thing that I think is amazing. And it just kind of drove me nuts. So from a business perspective, I never quite latched on, but I loved it as a user. And it breaks my heart that so many creators have built massive followings and massive businesses on TikTok that are going to lose all of that. And I can only hope that a lot of them diversified their platforms. So that's one of the first lessons that we're learning from this, is never be completely platform dependent on one platform. I will admit I am far too dependent on YouTube. And this shows me that, like, in the same way that TikTok went away, YouTube could go away. In the same way that, other platforms could go away or change or, shift up their algorithms. Some people lose their channels. Some people lose their pages. And in this case, the entire app is completely going away. So platform diversity is huge. But more than that, you want to make sure that you're not on rented space. All of the social media platforms, and it doesn't matter which one they are, could be Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, it's rented space. These are places that we as content creators do not own. They are allowing us to create content, to build an audience. And if you don't have a good plan to pull that audience off platform and into your email list or into your text list, then you are going to you're putting yourself at massive risk. And so the fallout is tremendous. There are so many creators. One that comes to mind is a guy named Justin Danger Nunley, one of my favorite creators on TikTok, has 8.6 million followers on TikTok. One of the things that he did was really smart. He built 3 million followers over on Instagram. He built a couple million on another platform. I think it might have been X. And so he's gonna be fine, but he's one of the rare exceptions. There's so many people that, because you could grow so fast on TikTok, they got on there, they had massive success. Eventually, once the money showed up, they started making a lot of money. And now a lot of those people are really in a bad place. And that might be you. And even if it's not you, there's still a whole lot that we can learn. What do we do now? And this is especially true, like if you have a TikTok, if you're a TikTok creator, what do you do now? And even if you're not a TikTok creator, this, as bad as it is, creates an opportunity to grow on other platforms, as there are going to be 160 million people in the US going to short form video platforms looking for content. So where are they going? Well, there's a few places. Number one, obviously there's the other established apps, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, X. Those are some of the things that come to mind as where there's already short form video. So if you're not making short form video on those platforms, there's an opportunity to jump over there and do it. One of the strategies that I'm using right now is I'm making YouTube Shorts, and I had stopped because I wasn't really seeing the benefit from it for a long time. But now that they've increased the limit to 3 minutes, it opens up a ton of possibility, because I didn't like that hard 60-second YouTube short limit. And now it's up to 3 minutes that you can post. TikTok was initially a minute, then it went to 3 minutes, then it went to 10 minutes. And it just got better and better over time. And so YouTube Shorts is one that I'm doing. Instagram Reels, you can do up to 90 seconds. Clapper and Fanbase are two apps that people are talking about. I'm on both. I went ahead and moved over to Clapper and started on there, because my thought is, if there's going to be this audience that's moving to a platform, I would love to catch those views to see if I can build an audience. Again, not just to grow on that platform, but to get them from that platform to my email list. Fanbase will actually import all of your videos, up to 1,000 videos from TikTok or Instagram, to their app. I will say I have not had any success doing that. I tried. I don't know what I did wrong, but it's not actually working for me to migrate everything over. So I haven't really done anything active on Fanbase, but I am on Clapper. And again, there's another one that people are talking about, but it's in beta. It doesn't come out till February, and I cannot remember the name. What is the primary biggest lesson that we can learn from this? Because here's the thing. We could go to other apps, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Clapper, Fanbase, and this exact same thing could happen. Here's what we have to do as online business owners, as creators. We have to build our own email list. If you think about it, social media platforms come and go. Email addresses almost never change. Most people don't change their email addresses for decades at a time, but they bounce around to different social media places, but your email address is the only thing you own. And before you say email is dead, just understand that every single major marketer, every major retailer, what they want is your email address. When you go to their website, the thing they're asking for is not follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok. They're saying, give us your email address and we'll give you a 15% off promo discount. Give us your email address and we'll give you free shipping. Why do they want your email address? And in a lot of cases, your cell phone number, because they want to text you and they want to email you because they know that is far more valuable. It converts at a much higher rate, meaning that people buy. The purchasing decisions that happen in your inbox are extraordinarily higher than on social media. This is why I have products, but you're almost never going to see me sell on social media or in my content, because the purpose of my content is not to sell. It's to build an audience. It's to gain your know and like and trust. In other words, so that you know me, you like me, and you trust me, because I'm showing up and I'm serving you with relevant, helpful, consistent content. And then that content, because it's so intriguing, I'm inviting you to download my lead magnet, which is a free and helpful resource. And I have several different ones, but this is the process. Content that leads to your lead magnet, a free and helpful resource that you give to people in exchange for their email address. So it really is platform agnostic. They can be on any platform and this process can happen. They go from watching your content to downloading your lead magnet that puts them on your email list. And then from there, you're able to sell them your products or offer them your products. And you're able to serve them at an even deeper level. By the way, if you're looking for a step-by-step detailed way of doing this, I have a workshop. It's called Turn What You Know into Dough. It's over at lanesebring.com/workshop. It's free. It's on demand. You can watch it right now. And it will show you the 4 steps that I just outlined, how to put all that together. You can go there right now and watch that, and it will help you build your first $1,000 a month consistently online. I'm telling you right now, as bad as this is for TikTok creators, for them and for others, there's an opportunity to grow audiences in other places. But what a shame would it be to go grow an audience and not pull those people to your email list or to your text list to be able to serve them at an even deeper level and have that list forever. One of the things that I tell people is you cannot pick up your followers from one platform and move them to another. I can't say to TikTok, hey, you know what? I've got 4,039 followers and TikTok's going away. Let me download that list of followers and move them over to, Instagram and upload them as my new followers there. It doesn't work that way. But with email, it does. My email list started out at MailChimp. I moved it over to ConvertKit, and then I eventually moved it over to Kajabi, which is where I host my entire online business. And by the way, I recommend it if you're looking into getting into online business. lanesebring.com/Kajabi is the place to go. You get a 30-day free trial plus all my bonuses. But those are the things that I look at. I'm not trying to build an audience on a platform that could go away and take my audience with it. I'm using it to get people on my email list, and you can do the same. So I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these platforms do you plan on going to? And let me know, were you on TikTok? And if you were, what was your experience with it? Be sure to go to lanesebring.com/workshop to attend the Turn What You Know into Dough workshop. It's free. It's on demand. You can watch it right now. And check out this video if you want to see how to take your business to the next level this year.